Hi everybody, Spider-Kel back once again for another video review. Anyone who's regular to my channel will see I haven't been around in quite a long time. The Batman live tour, I believe, was the last video I made, and that was possibly 6-7 months ago, something like that. I don't know. I haven't been around. There's been a lot going on in my personal life which has kind of distracted me away from doing these, and also I recently got married on 12th of May and not long got back just over a week ago from a honeymoon. On top of that, with saving up for the wedding and everything, I haven't really been able to afford to buy anything that I would want to review, so things have been a bit tight for these past few months, saving up for the wedding and preparing and things like that. But that's all out of the way, and now I'm free to splurge cash like I've never known. I've not long recently got a new job as well, which is proven to be a little bit better financially, so it's all good. So all the money, well, not all of it, but some of the money has gone towards this, the Batman Arkham City Riddler. Now, if you are regular to my channel, you'll have seen that previously I did reviews of the Batman, the Joker and the Harley Quinn from Batman Arkham Asylum figure line. And I love those figures. I thought they were fantastic, really well made. So I was so excited when I heard about the Arkham City line and saw the pictures. There is so many figures coming out that I would like. Now this is Series 2, and obviously we've had Series 1 before that, because that's how they do things. They bring out Series 1, then they bring out Series 2. But there wasn't anything in Series 1 that really caught my eye and made me want to buy. The only one in that I would say I would probably pick up is the Harley Quinn in her new outfit rather than the nurse's. But other than that, there was the Batman with his cowl pulled back to reveal his face. I wasn't too keen on that. And there was Robin, which I'm so-so. If I ended up getting that, then fair enough. But I wouldn't lose sleep if I never got it. But this is the Series 2, and there's quite a few figures from this line that I would like. And the Riddler is most definitely one of them. I love this figure. Just by looking at it from the packaging, he looks fantastic, and I love his character in the Arkham City line. I thought in Arkham Asylum he was fantastic. In Arkham City he is just so much better, and so much more of a threat. And those death traps that he put up, which are a lot like Saw, aren't they? Just saying. But he's fantastic and a really good figure. Flip it around into the back. And just reposition the camera a second. These are the lines that are coming out in Series 2. Riddler, obviously already got. The only other two that I plan to get is Hush and Jarvis. I'm not interested in Batman at all. The new blue detective mode variants, I'm not bothered with all these like repaints and like cowls off sort of thing. I've got Batman from Arkham Asylum. He looks fantastic. That's all I plan on getting. And Catwoman, I was kind of thinking that I would get her because I really enjoyed her gameplay, because I got the Catwoman download when I got the game, and I really enjoyed her story. So I did intend to buy her figure as well. However, I've seen, she looks okay in the picture there. In there she looks pretty, that looks pretty good. It looks like a really good sculpt. The ones I've seen in the packaging, the ones I've seen in the shops, I really don't like them. I think it's a really ugly figure. It's the weakest I've seen in these Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City lines, and I really don't like. So, which is a big shame. I was really hoping, but never mind. There's lots more to be keeping us occupied, especially these two. Can't wait to get them too. But anyway, never mind that. This is about the Riddler. So we'll get him opened up out of his packaging and see what he is like. Okay, and here we have Riddler opened up and out of his packaging, and straight off the bat, fantastic figure. I really like it. Couple of problems with it, which I thought maybe were just in mine, but after checking online, realised that actually no, it seems to be commonplace with a lot of these figures, if not all of them, which is a big flaw, I think, on DC Directs half. It's really disappointing to see. It's only minor things in a couple of them, but one of them is a huge fault, which I think is quite... If it was only in a couple, it would have been fair enough. You can expect like batches that weren't very... the mold was a bit faulty, but with all of them, I find that hard to slide. But it doesn't take anything away from the figure itself. This is a really, really nice figure. I'll just go for the face first. Really, really nice sculpt on the face. Really sinister, really kind of like twisted and evil. It kind of looks a bit scarred, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with his teeth. It just looks a bit weird for me. Bowler hat obviously can come easily off, and he does look just as good without his bowler hat as he does with. Really nice sculpt on the hair there. Really, really nice. Slight slop, I suppose you'd call it, with the paint there on the back of his ear. Not too terribly bad. You can't really notice unless you point it out, and who's really going to be looking at the back of his head? And we go down. This is one of the faults that I've realised with it. I thought for a while that maybe this dot here was supposed to be down here, but obviously I think that's the tie clip section of it, and it's just missing the dot underneath the question mark. Not an incredibly bad problem. It's not something that really puts me off. It's just something where it's like, why, you know? As we move down, a lovely sculpt on his arms. The paintwork on his arms is really nice, and down to his feet, which is pretty much, well, that's his feet. As we go into the accessories, you obviously get the two. You've got the cane here, which is green, and the black. Very nice colouring on that. Really, really brittle as well, though. It feels very, if you move this about or tuck it in and out his hand too much, this could break. So that's just something to be aware of, to be very, very careful with this. Very nice sculpt on it, though. Very true to the game as well, to the cane he has in the game. So that's really nice. And his bowler hat, which you've seen, which comes on and off his head very easily. That's pretty much it. Would have been nice, as has been said by a lot of people, if he'd have come with his glasses. He just doesn't seem the same without his glasses. It really, really detracts from it. That he could have just had his his purple glasses. But it's not too terribly bad. It's not incredibly bad. It also would have been nice. I mean, I know I'm asking for the world here, but, you know, speculation and kind of like what ifs are always a lot of fun, aren't they? Aren't they? Anyway, it would have been lovely if he'd had a Riddler trophy there. Imagine him paused with the cane in his hand there, Riddler trophy in his hand as he's just kind of like, come and get it. That would have been a really nice touch. And I mean, obviously, I think with a lot of these figures, you usually just get the two accessories. And so we've got the cane and the bowler hat, which I think are more important than a Riddler trophy. You know, he's not the Riddler without his cane, and he doesn't look the same without his hat, which at the moment kind of looks like a worm wearing a hat, doesn't it? I don't know. And moving swiftly on. Question mark on the back as well. I love that. That's a really, really nice detail there. And also on the bottom of his hand there, the question mark on the palm of his hand, which is a very nice touch. Articulation: head will rotate on a ball joint, arms move in and out, backwards and forwards, bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist. No waist articulation, legs will move in and out, sorry, backwards and forwards, but not in and out. Bend at the knee, twist at the ankle. Really simple, I suppose you could call it, articulation, but good enough to get some really good poses with this, so really, really impressive. One big thing with him as well, it doesn't come with a stand. But apparently a lot of the Arkham City, in fact all of them except the Mad Hatter, aren't going to come with stands, which is kind of strange, but he does stand really nicely by himself. Yeah, he stands very nicely, so he doesn't really need a stand, but I don't know, it's always a good... I mean, I'm not particularly one that likes stands, I'm not really that bothered by them, so... But there are people I know who like to have a stand with the figure, so for those people they're going to really miss out, which is a big shame, really. On to one of the biggest faults that this figure has, and the one that I think has really... DC Direct have failed themselves with. The hand here is... Wow. That's the third time I've knocked him over with his own cane. The hand is really... That cane is supposed to clip into that hand there. This is closed so tightly you cannot get anything in there. I spent last night trying to open up his hand there with a knife and just anything I could get my hands on to open that up, and it's locked tight. And I kind of got worried that I was going to start peeling this paint off or damage the fingers or snap something, so I stopped. I might have to heat that up to pop that in, but it's going to be a case of once the Riddler has hold of his cane, it does not come out, because it's going to be a nightmare to get it back in. This is the main problem where I checked online to see if it was just mine, but no, it seems like everyone has this problem with this cane, which is a big disappointment. You know, that we have to kind of like do this with his hand, have the risk of damaging it just to get the cane in. That's a big letdown on DC Directs side, I think. But hey ho, that doesn't take anything away from the figure at all. A very nice figure, really goes nicely with the rest of them, well, all the ones that I have so far anyway, and a fantastic character from the game that you just have to have this figure. If you're collecting the Batman Arkham Asylum or Batman Arkham City collection, you need the Riddler in. It's just not going to be complete without the Riddler. So really, that's all I've got to say about it. Hope you enjoyed the review, and stick around, stay posted. I'll probably be coming back with a lot more once I get hold of them. So until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Just before everyone goes, a very quick update. A couple of minutes after I did the review, I had another go with his hand. Finally managed to get the cane in using a pen top. I just popped that in and started to twist the fingers outwards. So finally now managed to get the cane into his hands. So that's probably where it's going to stay. That ain't going to move now. So it is possible. Just be patient, be very patient, be very careful not to damage the fingers. It should get in there with a little bit of effort. And just wanted to show it with the cane in his hand, because that does look much better. Much better. It's worth the effort, but we shouldn't have had to do that. That's my opinion. Anyway, awesome figure. Go and buy it. Take care.